My name's Dan. This is the 1896 Hedin house. Welcome back to my basement. If you've seen my ugly basement projects video, you know I've got a water cistern it's been a thorn in my side for a while. Even though it's got a lot of beautiful stone here. To describe it, it extends from the water softener there all the way to the white wall. So it's a curved enclosure in the corner of the basement. It takes up a lot of space. I would, when I moved in, I wanted to just take it down completely, or at the very least put a doorway in the one end of it for access and maintenance, that sort of thing. But I talked to a structural engineer over the phone, and he estimated about $3 grand just to tell me whether the wall is structural or not. So I'm a little leery on taking that step. I have a feeling it is at least somewhat structural because the stone does go all the way up into the wood rafters, and I'm sure that the home has settled on it to some extent. At any rate, the projects at this stage are access to the inside for insulation, to block some of the drafts that come up into the kitchen, and to do something with that big hole you might be able to make out. Every time I walk downstairs and turn, I look right into the big black hole, so it would be nice to do something with that. So let's take a look and see what I did. It's loose now. So I'm doing all this up on a ladder as well for added degree of difficulty. Oh. Heck yeah. Okay, almost to the point where I could fit through this hole. A little more cleanup should take care of it. Gotta find a place for this stone. I think it might end up in the floor. Again. Okay, let's take a closer look at this hole I got going here. I don't know if I can show this adequately enough. So essentially I've got a few layers of bricks. This is the inside wall of the cistern. A few layers of bricks that come up to the ceiling timbers. Rather thick, I don't know, 2.5 foot thick inside wall, so I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Knock out some of these other smaller stones, but I think this might be enough for me to scoot my butt through there. I'll put a ladder on the inside. And I think what I like to do is put some handles all along the rafters here to help me. I'm not going to have to get in there very often. Once, you know, 2 or 3 times, maybe ever. Once I get the inside maintained. See if I can get some better light here. And get some insulation on the pipes. Plug some of the holes. We're looking at now the exterior foundation wall. Looks pretty gnarly on the ground, full of stone and debris. So believe it or not, I'm going to crawl in there, see what happens. try to patch up the wall as needed. An update on the basement water cistern project. I've taken a good deal of material out of this, out of the window here, out of the hole. A lot of rocks, so I should be able to get through there no problem. It's pretty cold outside and very drafty inside the cistern and in the kitchen right above it. So I'm going to try to plug a few holes, insulate the pipes, and just take a closer look and see what other issues I'm dealing with. So fingers crossed. I'm going to scooch my way in there for the first time. Pull the camera in after me so I can get some shots on the inside. If anybody wants to play cameraman for me, camerawoman, I'm taking volunteers. Would make my life so much easier. Anyway, wish me luck. Hopefully you can appreciate the fact that I'm doing this on the top of a ladder for added degree of difficulty. There we go. I think I've prepped anything. I don't want to crawl in and out again, so I've got the pipe insulation, I've got spray foam, everything I think I need. And just in case any issues arise, my cell phone is on the ledge here, and my door is unlocked upstairs in case I need to call for help. But I can't see that happening, but just in case. Oh, to be 20 years younger. Yeah, what do you know, I made it. Hopefully getting out will be as easy. So I'm going to pull the camera in after me. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is literally the first time I've crawled in the cistern here. I got a ladder on the inside. So I was able to reach over earlier, last year, reach over enough to do a little insulation there. So I want to check that, check out that big hole. Let's see what's going on here. We got this pipe. Man, this is funky. This is not even connected. So I don't know if that's a siphon. It must be a siphon to draw the water up. Of course, that's not needed anymore. That gutter pipe you see was wide open when I moved in. Just a hole through the wall right to the outside. Apparently that was for the gutters to fill the water cistern. I don't know if you can see all the cobwebs, all the spider webs, but obvious sign of draft, I think just through the big hole. That's the laundry room on the other side. So all kinds of funky brick and debris, some electrical cable, rotted wood. There's a ladder in here for some reason. I don't know if they had a ladder in here and they built the place and just left it. It would be soaking in the water, right? I don't understand. So that's the project now that I'm down here. Putting this foam insulation right over the top of the nasty old insulation. Probably asbestos in there.
Should have brought some zip ties down with me, but I think it'll hold. Turns out I did have to go back out to grab the spray foam that I forgot. It's always something. So I grabbed the zip ties. These are not quite long enough, but I can daisy chain 2 or 3 of them together. That works. It's definitely a draft storm somewhere. When I stick my hand in the wall, I can feel it. It's about 10 degrees colder. Let me put my gloves on. Yeah, that covers nicely. Got these 2 pieces cut so they'll fit between the rafters. Took more cuts than I expected. Now I'm gonna just tack them up there with a couple of screws. I got this Kreg pocket hole jig 320, so I'm gonna give this a shot. This will be my first time with the pocket hole jig. So wish me luck. That should work. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, that'll work. So my friend Becky thinks I'm a little silly for spending so much time on these projects when there's so many other things to do, but I enjoy it. So there's about eyeball level there. So I've got this in the corner instead of a big black hole into the cistern. So here's the finished shot. I'm wishing I had a wide angle lens at this point, but you get the idea. Any rough cuts in the baffles up there are hidden from floor level. I don't have this big hole in the wall, big black hole into the cistern every time I round the corner down in the basement. Thanks for watching.